Hello Internet, Edrickson here reporting for Video Game Addicts. I'm back for another top 5 indie games of the week. I was genuinely excited for this week's list. It was going to be pretty sweet. And then I found Titanfall and I wanted to play it so badly, so this list quickly turned into a list of games I was more than happy to play instead of Titanfall. And surprisingly, yeah, I do enjoy some of these. Mindless shooters are one thing, but some of the storylines to these games this week were refreshingly succeeded in making me want to continue. Now, being a completionist, I had to see all the games to the end, and this took quite a long time in places. So I've rated these games on not just how good they were, but also on how good enough they were a reason for me to turn down a AAA title and spend some time immersing myself in their unusual but wonderful environments. So to get started with our countdown, take it away, me. Creeping into the list at number 5, we have Baby Mummy's Curse. Now, it wasn't a wild amount I could really say about this game. I did enjoy it though, however it wasn't anything new. This game was quite a long platformer with 20 levels and a final bonus level if you get to all the gems. The game's visuals were typical of a 2D platformer, providing nothing groundbreaking in the visual department. That's not to say I didn't like it. And the animations of the characters are really good. The challenges of the game on hard mode were quite difficult, needing to never die in order to get all the gems. So easy mode might be recommended if you're looking for a quick game. The music was charming, although repetitive in places, so don't be surprised if you mute the sound. However, it's perfect for the game and helped in adding a light atmosphere. The storyline of the game was simple, and I enjoyed the overall feel of the game. The background to the game is a pharaoh left his lands to his two sons when he died. These two loving chaps get along so well that one brother murders the other. As a result, everyone throws a mummified tantrum and waltzes around his tomb, murdering everyone. You play a guy who enters this tomb, probably for sweet loot, and you need to hop, skip, jump your way through the chambers to reach the end. A simple premise, and it's most certainly nice to be playing a game with a storyline this week. Overall, the game was challenging enough and it was very well made, but the hard mode was rather frustrating at times. This ranks in at number 5 as a core, solid game to play with plenty of time to kill. Twisting my tongue into number 4 position, we have Walterfell? Let's just start off by saying this. I've got no idea how to even pronounce his name. That's the only fault I could really find with this game. The rest of it I enjoyed. The graphic visuals reminded me of a teeny tiny little bit of Braid. The gameplay was fluid and the action was fast paced. No matter what upgrades you received, there was always a danger of being killed. And at the start, it was hard to kill the enemies. But even as you got more powerful and had all the upgrades, the health that you had was still small. The damage you received still punished you severely for standing there cackling as you threw fire into your enemies. It resulted in you needing to always move, and later think about how you engaged your enemies. And I like that. It made you powerful, but not godly. Even though little guys could hurt you, all that changed was how quickly you cut them apart. The length of the game was good too. All around, it was a solid and sound platformer. I could maybe fault it for no storyline, but then you're a flower killing away through a forest. Do you really need a storyline? You gotta reach the top, and that's the primary goal of any plant life in a forest. So what do you actually need to do? Well, you need to kill enemies and harvest their life energy to transfer to various plant life forms in order for them to grow. I like this concept. No, not the harvesting the souls. That's a bit morbid. I mean, needing to help the level literally grow in order for you to reach higher levels and proceed further. The ultimate goal being for you to get pollen that you need to become a beautiful flower? Mushroom thingy? I don't know. And that's the aim of this little guy. He gotta grow bigger into something pretty. I don't know what it was, but it had a very simple concept and aim for the whole game. As a first release of the game by KBM, I think he's made a fantastic start. He produced some lovely visuals and a gameplay that was fast, fluid, and offered challenge, and I liked it. I hope to see another game of his pop up in the coming months, and I'm really excited if he does start to work on another project. It ranks in as number 4, as it wasn't anything new, but it was still very enjoyable. It's definitely worth a look, and will sit as my favourites of the normal and logical games for this week. Softly and gently entering my list is Dreamable. I like this game. It was short and sweet. Just like a dream, it started in the middle, and it had no explanation, and ended just as abruptly. You needed to collect the pieces of the guitar to, wait for it, major surprise incoming guys, brace yourselves. You need to build your guitar. Yes, Twist of the Century just crashed its stringed instrument over my head. The game was simple. Arrow keys and spacebar were the controls. Similar to Walterfell, the map was significantly smaller though. But there is one good moment when you don't jump down a hole and the map just keeps looping until you do so. So it is potentially infinite. But it was still quite small, but it had a larger feel to it. And I like this touch. The developer could simply have just put a dead end to stop you from going down there. However, he thought of it like a dream. So he looped it infinitely until you manned up and had the balls to jump down. The puzzles were not extremely challenging, but they had their own simple yet subtle solutions. So I really appreciated it for that. I only solved one of the puzzles because I was jumping up and down in such irritation and frustration by not being able to solve it that I got stuck, and that proved to be the solution. Not the jumping, but there was a way to access the level that I didn't quite consider to beforehand. Yeah, it was more like a dream. The arty style to the game reminded me of Braid again, although it might be because my character was wearing a suit the whole time, but I liked it for that. It was bright and cloudy in places, and it felt like a somewhat dreamlike state. The music was soft and gentle, but not overpowering and rather sleepy. The ending was random and interrupted suddenly and abruptly. This helped to reinforce the dreamlike feel that the game had. The maker of the game went into creative lengths to make it feel exactly like that, and it was definitely unusual to play. It unfolded nicely and didn't overdo itself, and for that reason, it ranks in at my number 3. Blinding its way into the list, leaving me honestly confused and stunned, was The Sun Does Not Exist. What on earth? Seriously, what did I just play? From start to finish, I was somewhat confused. Well, just when I thought the odds of me finding another game that was random was slim, The Sun Does Not Exist comes into the picture. And you know what else does not exist? Any coherent logic to this game. There's no point guessing how this game will pan out, or even how this game will end. And you know what? I loved it for this. It was short enough not to annoy or bore me, although saying that it was so short I might be in danger of the gameplay ending before I finish my review, so I best talk fast. So the game itself is set probably in America, as always, and as you arrive at a motel. Good. Okay, yes, I can handle that. This seems sound, so no worries here. The text-based dialogue is beautifully filled with questionable grammar, which makes me smile. Whether it was intentional, I don't care. It just makes me like it that little bit more. But that's where things start to deteriorate, and pretty rapidly as you enter the motel. And I generally really enjoyed the art style of the game. It felt unique, it was like an amateur cartoon, and the controls to get around the world were simple, wonderfully simple. X to do anything, arrows to move. Simple. And I still found myself immersed in the game. I think I say immersed because I was using so much of my head to work out what was even going on that the world outside of here did not exist. Wait, maybe that's part of the reasoning behind the game's name. Yes, the fate of the sun is also your fault in the end, but when you play this, many things cease to exist. My understanding, the sun, outside world, higher brain function, I'll stop there, but that all stopped. So this ranks in number 3. It was short and unusual, very unusual, and I think it will get attention, a lot of attention, for its weird everything. So definitely worth spending my time checking out. So yeah, please, if you get a chance, definitely give it a go. Without a shadow of a doubt, this game will definitely leave you confused. So, rolling its way into my top spot this week, bringing with it a whole cargo of confusion and depth and a whole shipment of WTFs. Train Song. I want whatever this guy smoked. Visually, this game is by far the most unique storyline, and it has the most depth. Originality, it wins hands down. Replayability, yes. Yes, you need to replay this. You need to do it several times, at least to get an understanding of what even just happened. The characters are weird plasticine creations invented by the fantastic mind of Typenum, or whatever this guy is like in person. I would love to know how a conversation with him would play out. The game starts off with some lovely old video of a train journey, including the cheery occupants. It seriously lulls you into a false sense of security. You enter a tunnel, and this is where the drugs kick in. Reality warps. You take control on the train. Visually, it looks like a primary school creation, or kindergarten to Americans. It felt like ripped paper and plasticine, creatures created by the wonderfully innocent mind of a child. No logic, just pure imagination. Each carriage has inhabitants, all with wonderfully simple names like Grace and Thomas. And you need to navigate your way through the train, try to piece together what's going on. I've played it 3 times, and I still feel like I'm only clutching at straws, scratching the surface of this beautifully deep game. Each experience you have results in meeting new dialogue options and adding more depth and understanding, and I say understanding very loosely, as to what is going on and what's happening. What do I think is going on? I think you're in between time. The train represents existence, and everything that is, has, and will be. Everyone has been on the train for different lengths of time, and everyone is having the same journey. Like in life, you all have different experiences, and you're all on the same journey. And you all begin, and you all will end when the journey does. What matters is that you existed some sense along the way, and this is making my sodding brain hurt. Right, that's it. I'm going to find my copy of Titanfall. This is getting far too deep for my little mind to keep going with. I need a degree in physiology, philosophy, psychology, theology, and every other eology out there just to even work out what the hell is going on. And I love about the depths this game has, and how everyone can have their own interpretation of it. And I'm pretty certain my idea of what's going on in this game is wrong, because I've heard talk of murder in the story, and I've not seen it in the 3 playthroughs I've had. So I'm taking away from this game my personal interpretation of it, and I'm sure you'll have your own thoughts and ideas about it as well. And it'd be great if you will put it in the comment box below on your personal experience and what you think the game is about. But for me personally, I thought it was a journey of everyone's existence and how we're all going down the same journey, the same train journey, to find the answers to our lives. But let's get a little bit deep, and maybe on my 12th experience I will finally work out what's going on with it, as I have my own personal perceptions of what's going on. So in summary, if you ever considered drugs, firstly, no, that's stupid. But if you ever wanted to know what it might be like, then play this game. I'm pretty sure it's not far off, and it was trippy and weird, and unique. I kinda loved this game. It gave you reason to replay it. Every replay added more depths, every replay gave more questions than answers, and as a result there is easily so much more to interpret it. I need to go deeper. Deeper. Oh god. It's like Inception. It's Inception on drugs. And if Leonardo DiCaprio was high throughout the whole thing, this is what he would have seen. Actually, freeze the review. Just remember the quote from that film. You're waiting on a train that will take you far away. You know not where the train will take you, but you can't know for sure, yet it doesn't matter. Now tell me why. This game is that movie quote, and the objective is to answer that bloody question. Oh god, what the hell? Okay, fine, take it, you know what, take it. Take first place, you win. Train Song is my top game of the week. In the words of the internet's greatest video game reviewers, do you remember when games were about killing demons from hell? Those were the good days. It even forced you to take a quiet drive to a local cinema, questioning your reality and the existence and purpose of it all, just to balance out the beautifully depth of the game by watching the mindless and simple dialogue of the new 300 film. Honestly, that's what I generally had to do. I had to put it down and walk away and just really contemplate what the hell I just experienced. Anyway, this game easily deserves my top place and sits very comfortably at the top of the pile. Congratulations, Train Song, you warped gem of a twisted game. Anyway, thanks for listening, guys. This has been Edrickson, wishing you all the best. Adios, amigos.